Okay. So, I've worked my way to this church. I burned an Estus along the way, which I'm not happy about. I suspect there's a boss fight inside. I've got Magic Shield, which I've determined gives me 70 seconds of buff. And my basic strategy, assuming it is a boss fight, is to tank and dodge to try to work out the timing, and I'll probably have to homeward bone out. We shall see. Sigmire.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... Well, that doesn't get me anywhere. This lift, with a little warming up, eventually... No. I've got to use my head and... This lift, with a little warming... I've got...
Okay. Let me see if I can put the camera inside of his helmet. DS1, there was a higher resolution texture for his face than this. I mean, it was a different guy, I guess. Okay, well, clearly not a boss fight. Well, now I thought as I walked in, it looked to me like it went up. Something went up. So, well, let's just try triggering it and moving off. Okay. This was your big puzzle, Sig. What was your name? You're not gonna tell me, are you?
This with...
No. It's not Sigmire. Okay, great. So I can go up, but I want to go down first and see where he came from. Okay. Well, it's possible there's something underneath there that would be interesting. But let's explore this area. I'm going to do one loop since it's so dark, just checking for any threat spawns. And then I'm going to do another with the torch. So I'm fat rolling right now. No? Wait. Oh, the torch weighs 1. That's the, Okay, torch is 1, my sorcerer staff is 2. Okay. Torch didn't really reveal anything. Swap that back. Suspicious looking item. Suspicious looking overgrown crystal lizard guy, I think. Alright. I think this calls for some magic shield. And just for the hell of it, let's buff my weapon too. This is not what I expected to fight. Shoot. Ooh, through the wall, of course. Ah, jeez. Whew. Okay. Well, I was expecting to fight something like was in the tutorial area. That thing just kicked my ass. Well, let's go back. I can't remember which one I want to go to. I went to Dilapidated Bridge last time, but I thought maybe this might be closer. That's where I want to go. Let me see. Right, okay, this is, well... I guess if I go one way I have to fight the rats, and if I go this way... I can... Where's the, evangelist? Is she... No, that's still a dog. why is the evangelist not here? Did she move? Or did she get killed enough times to despawn? I only killed her, like, 3 times? Okay, confused why there's no evangelist. Now these guys worked me over pretty good. But I have more room to retreat now. Whereas before... Oh, that's right, and there's a dog back here. Yeah, before I popped up through there, and then... Well, I guess I didn't have to aggro them. But I did. Now I've got more room to back up. I see. They simultaneously aggro, even though they're much further away. Now I want to provoke that kind of throwing. Okay, well, that was not very good either, but I managed to get through it. So neither of the bonfires are particularly close. So I think this time I'm going to try going up, just because no, where's... He must have gone back to Firelink. Yeah, which way is it going now? Up. Okay, fine. Is he here? No. Alright, I'm gonna go up because there's a possibility that up contains a bonfire. Right. This is sort of weird when you... It's like... Yeah, you're sprinting and then you release... So you're sprinting and then you just release the stick without releasing sprint. It's got, well, in DS1 there was more of like a recovery animation. But you always want to release sprint first. Okay, let's see what's up. So it sounded like I went by Sigmire or whatever his proper name is. I'm gonna go ahead and pop another healing. Oh, it's a giant. Interesting. I guess that's the bow he's been using. Well, let's put on Magic Shield. talkable?
Who are you? I help anytime. I help anytime.
That's all you say?
I help anytime.
You didn't seem very helpful when I was down there. You were clearly shooting at me. But okay. If you say so. I guess I wouldn't mind testing whether he's going to keep shooting me. But in any case, there is not a bonfire here. Let's... So where is Sigmar? It sounded like I went past him. I see. Yeah, I'm going past him. I'm not able to sort of... There's obviously ledges I'm going past that I could conceivably get onto. But... which ones? Where is he? I'm looking for a place that I could jump off. Okay, there's a place I can jump off. There we go. Okay. Got it. So he's here.
Ah! Oh! Don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift. On some days I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast?
Whoa.
I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road. I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think. I could try...
Okay. So I burned 2 Estus getting here. Seems to be my issue, as I constantly use more Estus than I want on the way to what I think is a boss fight, or suspect anyway. Does this go around? Can I not go here? Really? Like, how is this anything other than lazy map design? It's like, oh yeah, let's just slap an invisible wall in front of what's obviously a walkable place. Sure. That'll help immersion. Well, I guess... I mean, I don't really have anything that's good for fire defense. So... I don't have that many souls. I guess I'll go down and talk to that thing, see if I can start to figure out his timing. There's the frost guy below and this guy above. I gotta deal with them both at some point. I would love it if I had a closer bonfire, but I guess this will do for a first run. Okay.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side! Ah!
Okay.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
Siegbrow.
Your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine!
Is he drinking imaginary beer? Oh, toast.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
Okay, well that was... I mean, at first, I just jumped out and he immediately started breathing fire and took off my health, and couldn't seem to do much. And then he jumped in and just distracted him enough, and then we stun-locked him. Alright, so what did he give me? He gave me... this. Restores HP and boosts frost resist. Well, Siegward, is that his name? Must be Siegward. Okay, Siegward. This clearly could be useful when fighting the frost guy down below, but I only have one. Waiting to see if there's a talk prompt before hitting those. I used the tree branch before to turn into something like those. So I'm suspecting treachery. Okay, so I just looped around the back, and I suppose during the fight I might have been able to hide back here if I needed to. Now, have I been directly below? Yes, because that's the entrance to that church thing. Let out a spirited war cry that temporarily boosts attack. I think I saw that on some other weapon. One of the things that clubs can be helpful with is pancaking enemies. Sort of sometimes do an overhead smash that will knock them down. And against certain enemies that can be very useful. But I'm not really sure how to sort of recognize in advance when the opportunity to do that exists. Because it seems very pale tongue. It seems very arbitrary which enemies it works on. The northern armor set. Pale tongue. Oh, I forgot to do this. Right. Oh, wait. Huh? Why do I have... Why aren't these stacked? That's weird. Little Dusk's first sorcerer's staff. I see. So this is supposed to be related to Dusk, who's a character in DS1. This is different. Branch of a white birch received from a giant, apparently stuck in a friendship, becomes something that blends into the surroundings, consumed, good friend, no hit. Huh. So they look visually identical. And these stats, I mean, there's not much here, look the same. I wonder if it's like, as long as I have that branch, the giant won't shoot at me, but if I use it, then he starts shooting again. Okay, so I already explored that stuff. And I didn't break this stuff yet. Okay, so maybe that's the way forward. These critters in the cages don't seem to be moving. See, I think the idea is supposed to be that that thing we just fought set all this stuff on fire, and yet clearly somebody, you know, set these up to burn. Maybe this was like the conjuring procedure. Well, I don't see anything else to do here. Just do a scan for items. So, let's go through here. Okay, so the one in the center looks different, but is not moving. Guess it's just different because of lighting? Red bug pellet. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Red bug pellet temporarily boosts fire damage absorption. I see. So if I had something that would do the same for frost, that would be another way of potentially helping fight that guy at the bottom of the elevator. Okay, so one of these... Actually, both of the discolored cage critter things are moving. Now, can I lock? I can. Okay, so I guess that's another way, at least for these guys. Okay. Wake up. So that seems like one where there's taunting the player. Really? Okay, definitely one of these is going to turn out to be an enemy. Guess I'll go ahead and... I won't heal yet. Really? None of those four, huh? I hear something breathing that's not me. Oh, there's more here. Oh, chest. Okay, that's alive. Oh, one right above me? Whoa. There are two clerics, and all of these are alive. Huh. I wonder if they're all going to trigger, or they're set to trigger, possibly, when I open the chest. This one. I guess I should have looked at the Northern Armor set. Northern Helm. Superior stability. Resistance to cold. Okay, it said superior stability, but this doesn't have high frost, high poise, but it does have 26 frost resistance, which is the most of those I have. Northern Armor has 64 frost. Northern Gloves, 24, which is also the most, and Northern Trousers, 42. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to put on the northern gear to fight the thing at the bottom. That makes a certain amount of sense. I'm going to go ahead and clip this. Yeah, okay. So that's a regular chest. I've got 2 evangelists. Yeah, I'm going to pop a healing. Is it that they don't see me? I think these ones in the corner are not alive. They're like looking at each other. Well. I thought this one was already dead. Okay. Those ones seem to be behaving differently. At the very least they had an extremely short aggro range. And that could just be because they were programmed not to attack until I open this chest. So I already looked at that. It increases dark damage. I have never known what enemies... Really, I've never known what enemies are vulnerable to any element, let alone dark in particular. Which is sort of the least intuitive. It's like with fire, oh, if it's a frost enemy, probably it's vulnerable to fire. Kind of makes sense. And vice versa. But what's vulnerable to dark? In DS1, the pattern seemed to be that because dark damage was something added in a DLC, that none of the bosses had any dark resistance outside of the DLC, but then once you got into the DLC, everything had super high dark resistance. So the pattern was use dark against everything that's not DLC. But then in 2, dark was in the game from the beginning, and, well, I didn't know when to use it. Flynn's Ring. Flynn's Ring, if I'm remembering correctly, lowering equip load increases it. Okay, so I think the idea... I'm thinking of a different ring. Well, if I understand that description correctly, just wearing very little equipment would increase my attack. So that would be ideal for a speed run, for example, where you do the whole thing without armor, and you have a big sword, and then you put a ring like that on, and, well, now you're doing even more damage. Maybe. There was another ring that scaled damage based on your max equip load, which was weird. So it meant, for example, that you needed to make sure your character did not have the capability of wearing a lot of armor, and then that would make him do more damage somehow. And then there was another ring that would show your iframes when you roll. I guess I'm getting all those confused. So it looks like I can drop down onto that roof, and then from there be on the outside of that tower, which is on the way toward the boss fight with the tree, if I understand the foreshadowing correctly. And is there no other way out of here? How did I get up here anyway? I came up here. Right, so after I had sort of looked around this area, which is the boss arena, except there's no boss health bar for that flamey thing. Wait, have I gone across that bridge? Yes, because I entered down there. I climbed up, I came across here, found the chest, and yeah, that's that bridge there. So the path comes up here. We've got the couple evangelists, those cage beasts, and then the only way to exit that is apparent is on the roof. Get up here, find Flynn's Ring. Okay, so I guess the next place to go is just here. Don't see any items there. Okay. Is that my clue that this is a dead end? Oh no. There's a place to go. I'm still hoping to find a bonfire. How do I get down from here? Okay, I see. I think I try to get over to that ledge, which is not going to be easy. Now, I don't know how fall damage works in this game, or jump distance for that matter. I am going to try... Let's go and heal up. Alright, I'm going to see if I can make this jump. Oof, this is really awkward. Yeah, see, I'd love to get the run up and jump, but the aim is kind of precise. Okay, I'll try it here. Jump! Okay, that wasn't so bad. I guess there's nothing else good to land on. And I do think I took less damage on that fall than I would have with my armor. Let me go ahead and pop that back on. Master's gloves, that's what I want. I really wish this was like DS1 where it would remember the equipment you were wearing and let that be the default instead of always going to the first item in the list. For a while I thought it was doing that. Oh, nice. But it just happened to be coincidentally the first one. Okay, Chloranthy is huge. Chloranthy gives me stamina recovery speed, and that's certainly worth taking off some more equipment. That's not enough. What about... Oh, interesting. The armor pieces are the same. I'm sort of exploring the northern because I think I'll have to switch to that one anyway. Okay, let's do northern trousers. Okay. Yeah. Mira. So that's... There was a character called Lucatiel. In DS2, who was from Mira. Is this breakable? And she... Well, it was just an ordinary NPC, I guess. What? She... Okay, no, okay, Mira Vest. You are able to deliver on their vows. They're great, except they always fail. Okay. Mira gloves. Mira trousers. Alright. As usual, I don't really know how to evaluate equipment unless it has some elemental resistance. So I will just keep going. Alright, let's try the left door. Okay, dead end, dead end. Wait. Squirrely dead end. Okay. This game is so inconsistent about what geometry you can maneuver on, and if you're wrong, if you think you can go somewhere and you can't, the penalty is often death. Very cruel. So, looks like this just, I see. I saw this from somewhere. Maybe down... I'm not sure. I thought I saw this from somewhere and recognized this was a place to go. But I've killed these people. Okay. So what remains? I went into the church. It turned out that wasn't a boss fight, but instead Sigward was there. I went up, told the giant to stop shooting me. Maybe he did, or will. I went down and got totally destroyed by some kind of frost knight, but I managed to escape with my life. Then, in the middle of up, sort of halfway up, I found Sigward, went outside, fought the fire beast, got the Chloranthy ring, made my way here. So, what remains to be done is what I'm fairly certain is a boss fight there, involving an enemy that will curse me, and I can also go down from where Sigward was and fight the Frost Knight thing. But I am going to do both of those in a future episode. What I want to do now is just make my way back to a bonfire so that I can go back to Firelink. I go this way, I think. Go back to Firelink, level up. I don't think Sigward will be there, but... I guess I should take a quick look around. And I also... the first thing I should do is I should burn this Estus upgrade thing. Alright, let me do that first. Great, okay. So now Estus Flask +1. I don't have another one. I don't have an Estus Shard. Oh, Pale Tongue, I forgot. Proof of invaders' victory over a host of embers. Huh. This was just sitting on a corpse, I think. Okay. And I still don't have 2 large Titanite shards. Okay, so let's just level
Welcome,
up.
husband. Very well. Then take none.
Now, if the next thing I'm going to do is fight that Frost Knight... I'll just keep going for strength. Actually, you know, I might need more equip load at some point. I don't yet. It's just strength.
Farewell,
Okay.
Ashen One. May the flame.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to check... just look around and see, is Sigward... I'm not going to check too thoroughly. Just do a quick pass over this area. That's the Pyromancer. Oh, this is, I forgot her name already.
Oh, Champion of Ash. Welcome back. I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command. You know, in my home of Karim, I was a nun. I would be pleased to share the tales of miracles with you. Although, to be honest, I only know a few. But if I had a divine tome, I could tell you many tales and more.
So I guess that's something I'm supposed to find.
Ah, only I cannot see. Terribly sorry, but you'll have to find me a divine tome in Braille.
I can't just read you any old divine tome, as if those are easy to find?
No, in my eye, although, but if, terrible.
Okay, so what does she have? Heal, which requires 12 faith, so that would be something more powerful than what I have. Replenishment, gradually restore HP, that was worthless in previous games. Homeward is sort of like Homeward Bone. What do you sell? A Saint's Ring. Allows attunement of additional spells. That actually is potentially useful. It's not very expensive. But the problem actually for me is not attunement, it's that I haven't invested anything in the blue bar. Although I guess being able to mix the two could be useful. Well, okay, I don't know if I want this, but it's good that it's an option.
Have a pleasant journey. I pray for your...
But there was also that hammer guy who came with her, or at least was associated with her. Is anybody back here? No. And what about... Are you still just crying?
Ah, you know I'm a petty thing. Well, perhaps I'll go on. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for... Well, what do you say?
Interesting. Pillage whom? Who was your intended victim here? It's frickin' Andre. No, I'll manage with what I got.
Fine and well. If that's your wish, I can only obey. But feel free to change your mind later. I wouldn't want to lose my touch. I'm... Alright, if that... But feel I wouldn't...
Let me see. Okay, so he... This is all the same stuff, I think.
Goodbye.
Sure. Okay, so the mage is back there. And I don't know where the hammer guy is. I don't see Sigvard anywhere. This is seemingly normal for the moment. Let me see if Crestfallen has anything. Wait, where'd Crestfallen go? Did Crestfallen go hollow? Have you seen Crestfallen?
Ah, how knowest thou of that? And so then, Ashen One.
Okay, well, I guess Crestfallen is gone. Sigward is not here. So I will cut this, and the next one, I think I'm going to try to fight that Frost Knight first, and then go after the tree second.